Welcome back and thank you for joining the show today. Is Anthony Casey, Nigerian comrade. For the day, all Congress in Edo State on Wednesday conducted its ward Congress across all 192 wards, with leaders emerging through a consensus arrangement. Speaking to journalists at the party secretariat in Benin City, the state chairman Jared Tenebe, accompanied by a delegation from the party's national secretariat, described the exercise as peaceful and in line with laid down guidelines. Tenebe said the Congress held on February 18, 2026 marked a significant step in the party's development in the state. He noted that the National Working Committee had provided clear guidelines for the conduct of congresses at ward, local government and state levels. Edo. The chairman also referenced the commitment of Governor Mondo Kwebelo to deliver 3.5 million votes in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 election. Tenebe also urged the ward executives to mobilize eligible citizens for the ongoing continuous vote registration exercise being conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission, describing it as critical to preparations for the 2027 general elections. APC concludes World Congress sees leaders these developments to how such development.
It usually says that as the enemy is firing, keep on giving excuses. If you check, just conclude what elects leaders. What does definitely it means that that controls their unit. This is that control their unit, and it's little tiny leadership.
Okay.
Because you know the National Congress is coming very soon. So I believe it's a nice one. It's a kudos to them to that see itself sleeping. Every day you get, they are doing a grassroots mobilization. They are making sure that down to the grassroots, if there is an issue unit, if the council the unit, the ward escorts are being carried. Because the people doesn't know, ward escorts are the one carries the burden of a school party. Because those are those even major positions per se, they are ward escorts. They are the unit. They have a specific number of unit with them that you control closer to the grassroots. So if escorts are very, it's a landing ground to the state escorts and even to the national escorts.
It's surprising to know that APC concludes World Congress in Edo State. Meanwhile, we have PDP, SDP still undergoing some upheavals among them. Don't you think this sort of development should be a wake-up call? These political parties that the ruling party ain't joking, and a wake-up call to sit up.
I will still say it again, that there's no opposition in Nigeria. There's no opposition party. What we are doing, what they have now is I said it the other time, there is an online political party that they are looking for how to protest, they are looking for how to complain, they are looking for how to spoil administration. Meanwhile, they should have been at least focusing more on grassroots politics. Which of those parties has done even World Congress? None. Which of even those parties, apart from Abuja, even knows their ward member, even ward registration? APC just did a party registration. Which of them have done that? An election is close by, and this certain group of people claim that they can hijack power suddenly, except they wanted to use a political malpractice. Because I see they are not serious. I see from what I'm seeing there, I'm seeing that they are not serious. There is no serious opposition that is ready and willing to take over power from what I'm seeing. Because the APC, every day by day, they are being hit in the ground. They keep running. They keep planning ahead. Even if I'm telling you now, even apart from this ward escorts, down to unit, they have unit escorts. not unit agents, unit ESCOs. And these unit ESCOs constantly consolidate the people against 2027. Okay. Once people are being consolidated, then tell me what am I? Okay, even if it's me, you have been my friend for long, we have been talking for long. Then you tell me not to vote for you or not to vote for your party. Then somebody will from Lagos or Abuja and tell me that your party is bad. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't seriously work like that.
As someone who's in the political landscape, when is electing leaders for wards, what are the factors looked out for electing such persons?
Firstly, for you to be a ward leader, you must come out from the ward. You must be a active participant in the ward, and you must be a leader too, because because in that ward we also have councillors in that ward. So it gives you, you are working hand in hand with the councillor in the ward. Maybe if the councillor is not in your party, that actually means that you're working even more than the councillor, because it's oppositional stuff. But once people to that, then it gives you a privilege to set up. It's just like they give you a mini group of people to control. So it's for you now to, as a ward leader, to control, to know how many units are in your ward, how many members or voters that are coming out from each unit, how many delegation are you putting to be the unit coordinators. And from that to how can I consolidate these people? What does these people want? Do they need fertilizer? Do they need money? Do they need anything that can sustain them, consolidate them towards 2027? Because politics is democracy for the people. So it actually means that who are the people? The people are those people that are in the unit. Because every citizen has units. Even the president has a unit, which is controlled by a unit head and also controlled by a ward head.
Okay, I'll also ask, Edo State in recent times is one of the states that has been bedeviled by insecurity. And here we're having APC concluding its Congress, and we know the governor is an APC member. So in the minds of the electorate, don't you think that they would assume that there has been a shift of priority from governance, and now all attention towards the forthcoming elections, irrespective of the men that is threatening the date?
If it is you, and you know that you have work to do, you think it's not necessary to. They have more to it. They have more to do. They have more to show the strength that they have. They have more because, and just like what you said, the governor is not APC. Am I correct? So at least they have a little more effort to put in.
No, is APC.
Sorry. So they have more effort to put in. And another thing I always tell people that they always complain about insecurity. Who are the one causing insecurity? The people.
Okay. Who perspective of that the governor is the chief security officer of the state?
If you want to tackle security problem in Nigeria, it's easy. It's very, very easy because anybody that commits anything is coming out from a village or a particular group. It's coming out from a unit.
Okay.
You get, so it is very easy to locate that person from that unit. So me, I don't see it as a necessity. Maybe if you see somebody that trying to build structures, but government should have made sure that the place is safe before they will do Congress elect, before they will do. But another thing, those who elect leaders, they are in charge of this thing, and it's affairs, not governing affairs. If we are talking about security, then we'll talk about the governor, the councillor, the chairman, and so forth.
Thank you for your opinion on. Move on to our next story. Former National Vice Chairman, Northeast of the All Progressives Congress, Alhaji Omar Dohu, has said that the Adamawa State chapter of the party will conduct its World Congress after the party's national convention. The APC National Convention is scheduled to March 25, 2026. Speaking with me on Thursday via telephone from his Abuja residence, Dohu explained that the postponement of the World Congress was due to the expected defection of Governor Amadou Fintiri to the APC. Duo stated that the APC at both the state and national levels was pleased with the prospect of welcoming the Adamawa State Governor and his team into the party to form what he described as an indivisible family. He expressed optimism that with Fintry's entry into the APC alongside his supporters, victory in the general elections was assured. Reacting to the reports of Fintry's alleged defection, the Adamawa State Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Victor Dogo, last week dismissed the speculation on the alleged removal of PDP flags in parts of the state. Dogo added, the PDP believes in results, not mountain flags on streets that cannot bring development to the state of Adamawa State. He further noted that Tinubu's recent visit to commission key projects in the state indicated alignment between the governor and the president's economic blueprint. APC's World Congress in Adamawa State is stalled pending Governor Fintry's defect alleged to the AP. Let me get your thoughts on that.
The thing is, in the constitution of APC, once you're a governor, automatically you're the 001 of the party. So, and if you see what is going on, it still shows that these people are not sleeping.
Okay.
And they are hitting the ground very hard. And me, I'm not seeing something like maybe just like I'm not seeing them like they are afraid of defeat. And at this point of time, I feel what they want to do is to have 100. They are not aiming at winning anymore, but to clear, to have a clean sheet
of both houses in the state.
Yes, that's what is on ground now. And that's what on ground. But then for the postponement of the state congress, it depends on the state men and women. It depends on the state men and the party, because I believe they know what's best right for them. And since a governor is coming in, a governor is a big fish, so they have to decide to sit on a round table and discuss and give, because one thing about this is give and take. Remember, there was an existing APC before, plus this other party coming in now. There's two structures coming together to be one. So if they feel like they should wait till maybe the national, because the national congress the date has been updated already.
Okay.
Since there's no time again, then they feel like it's necessary for them to wait till after and it's fine. The main thing is that as far as they are working hand in hand with the governor, the incoming governor of the state is okay.
Governor Fintry's defection seems imminent, actually, and probably it was alleged, but it seems a reality currently. Now, if it defects, if finally defects the APC, this will add to the number of defected governors to the ruling party. And once I've asked you if we can stand on advantage points to address these defections as a personal interest. Now, what I'm saying so is, I believe that governor of the one at NNPP,
okay,
defected to APC. He said that Kano State, yes, he said Kano State is strategically large to be separated, to be disconnected from the center.
Oh.
Another question, bro. Yesterday we discussed it. I would love to bring your notes again. I was asking my guest the disconnection between Kano State and the Central. Is it the sole reason why he defected, or pending his political interest in 2027 being threatened, he had to defect to the APC?
To be honest, we have seen opposition in 2023, if I'm not making a mistake. Okay. And this in 2019, yeah, we have seen opposition whereby they decided not to go to Abuja, and they stayed complete 2 tenures, that 8 years, without visiting Abuja. That's opposition.
Okay.
And one thing about this thing is that you need to understand what is opposition. And for me, I think there's nothing like personal interest in anything that they are doing, because if you are generating personal interest, that's what politics is all about. Politics first is personal interest. And another thing is that even if they say now, people feel as if a politician should die for anybody. That won't happen now. Why will you expect politicians to die for anybody? The main thing is that first, you need to be on seat before you create change. Am I correct? governor before you create change. So you need to follow the pathway that will make you a governor before you create change. And what's going on that they want to connect to the center shows their leadership. Massive leadership skills in the center.
And not political intimidation
yes.
as alleged by some parties.
Yes. Why am I saying that? Ask all governors, all oppositional governors then.
Okay.
Because another thing I believe that our president is someone that understands politics and understands governance. Is two different things.
Okay.
Governance is different from politics. So if it's just like a magnet. If you put a magnet in a center and you put a magnetic stuff around, it will attract to it. So why am I saying this? Some of them feel that if they are in the same party with the president, it attracts more favor. Not that they are raising favor them, not that they are not giving them allocation. The president is not owing any allocation.
Okay.
And at least they are having money to pay their bills and all those stuff. But at least if you're closer to the center, it attracts more favor. So it attracts more responsibility to the state.
To your interest.
To the state. To the state, yes.
So if I'm not kicking against your view, but if connecting to the central attracts more favor, why hadn't you connected before now?
It's the thing per se. This thing you have to look at from two angles. First, is there any strong opposition? Like, okay, is there any strong opposition that if you feel that Mr. President is not doing well, try to change this stuff, you look. Another thing is that you give people time. You don't expect somebody to be president in 1 month and be able to convince you. Don't forget, you didn't support him. You didn't. You had someone you supported. So the thing is that maybe they feel that, okay, fine, this president is able to convince me. This president has shown me that yes, he can do the job. This president has shown me that he's capable and is willing to serve Nigeria. So why not hold back? Let us give him the support we need. Let us give him the vote. If we can see this in his first tenure, then how about the second tenure? So that's what really pulling them. Because they say that, okay, fine, they are able, maybe another thing is that if I'm the president, to convince you to follow me, how am I going to convince you? Am I doing political sentiment? If I'm doing political sentiment, then it gives you room as a opposition to air out your view. Maybe am I marginalizing you? But if I set politics apart and set governance apart, then you enjoy it. That means in fact if the party is just a name. So when you see somebody that is doing that, you just need to support the person. You just need to support the person in the little way you can. I remember I always tell people that opposition then is not opposition. Now I know some governors that stayed far from Abuja Central, that stayed far from the federal government. Even when the federal government come, they fought the federal government well. That was when opposition was strong.
Okay.
Not now. These days, I don't know what those people are doing.
Opposition seems weakened, comrade, by political intimidation.
Why are you saying political intimidation? If you are going to wrestling field and you see somebody that is heavier than you, will you be intimidated? David killed Goliath.
David had killed the bear before then.
David killed Goliath. Was David intimidated?
He had killed the bear before then. So he's
yeah, but so have they not won election before then?
You know, it's okay for one to defect, but when you have a flux of defections,
it shows that it shows that no opposition is ready to sacrifice. No opposition is ready to work in team. Okay, can I tell? Okay, we have serious opposition like ADC. Are they lobbying the governor to join them? Have they lobbied any? Have they lobbied maybe the senators or any other one to join them? By now, you should have been hearing maybe social state governor they come to ADC, social senator they come to ADC. Does it mean that before all these people have decided to go to APC, does it mean that they blindfolded them? It shows that maybe, one thing about good is that no matter how you decide to hide it, it shows. It shows. So it's for the opposition to sit up. I always tell them, sit up and ready to know that this game is a game of finance too. It's a game of resources. Okay. You have to be willing to pump in resources. I know then when an opposition will go to another opposition state to donate money, when market burn down, a governor donating thousands to another governor. I'm aware of how many states donated money to. How many opposition now can decide to do that? If apart from that, those ADC that they are claiming that they are opposition, how many states have they consolidated? How many states have they shown that, okay, fine, we love you people. Let's do this in your administration. Let's partner with you to do this. They are not. The best thing they are doing is to be in Abuja and be causing nuisance as politics. Thank you.
Oh, comrade, all right, thank you for your opinion on that story. We'll go on the short break and when we return, we'll dive right into our stories. Do stay tuned. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. And now on to the rest of our stories. Social Democratic Party on Wednesday assured residents of the Buhari Area Council in the Federal Capital Territory that it would not subject them to multiple taxes or punitive policies if elected. The assurance came from the national chairman of the party, Professor Abubakar Gombe, during a courtesy visit to the palace of the Sarakin Buhari, His Royal Highness Alhaji Awal Ijakoro II. The visit was part of efforts by SDP leaders to pay homage and seek royal blessings ahead of Saturday's FCT area council elections. Addressing community stakeholders, Gombe called on residents of Buari area council to take ownership of the democratic process by electing credible leaders in Saturday's FCT area council elections. He further stressed the critical role of local government in citizens' daily lives. Gombe also called for peaceful and credible elections, urging residents to participate actively and ensure their votes reflect their collective aspirations for development. Echoing the chairman's sentiments, former SDP presidential candidate Adewole Adebayo highlighted the strategic importance of local governance, Sarakin of Buari, and appealing for peaceful, credible, and participatory elections across the FCT. Meanwhile, the SDP chairmanship candidate, Alhaji Abdullahi, reiterated his commitment to inclusive governance and community-driven development during the palace visit. The FCT area council elections are set to hold across all 6 area councils, with electoral stakeholders emphasizing the need for transparency, security, and high voter turnout. The forthcoming FCT poll seems to be garnering momentum as the day comes. I think we're 1 day short to that election, and then we have SDP vowing to punish residents with multiple taxes. I know you say towards election period, everybody who wants to say something as a bait to hook the electorate. But let me get your thoughts first before we dive right into other questions.
All those things that he just said is a normal campaign promises and normal initial agitation. Because if you want to know who will win election, it's not closer to the election. It is someone that has been on ground even before the election. Him saying this now, ask him that question: does he have a unit agent? That's the first question to win an election. Does SDP have unit agents? Go and check. All these things that they're doing, all these things that opposition are doing. I think that was the last election that some party people will come and sort for people to fill in position. Then they will use, I don't know if INEC usually give them money, or I don't know, but they will sort for people and claim to be without preparing for election. Without actually preparing for election. If you check that was a courtesy visit.
Okay.
And if you check, is courtesy visit necessarily needed a day to election or 2 days to election? No. That time, why not use it to consolidate your people? Why not go to each ward? Why not meet some key? Why not know the ward that's giving you issues? Then you try to consolidate them. You try to make moves on letting them know the necessity for them to vote you. Why going on a courtesy visit? And why must it maybe what you are trying to now maybe to play with the king, because that's the drama that is going on. Okay. Maybe you should try to use his this thing to it won't work out.
But you remember they must have raised the silent point, multiple taxes, because that I don't think such a point would be invented. It could be what has been on ground, and that is like a passageway to get into the hearts of the people.
So if sometimes people make promises without even understanding what they are promising.
Okay, how do you mean by that?
If you are being voted, you vow not to punish. Is a resident being punished? That's the first question.
For him to raise such a point,
that means that you are telling us that the FCT residents are being punished for multiple taxes. And what is multiple taxes? Maybe constant. Sometimes people, I don't know, constant reduction, constant. You are paying tax of one thing twice or thrice. That's multiple taxes. So is there residents in FCT complaining about multiple taxes? Taxes may be high. I don't know.
Okay.
But can you telling me that they are paying multiple taxes? That they are paying taxes on one or two things, one thing twice or thrice? No, it's not correct. So sometimes it's just like when students went on course visit, then we'll just talk to hype somebody, just to take a little favor or take that's what they were doing there. Because I don't see why you will say you will stop the punishment. You stop something that already been in existence. If the FCT people complaining that they are suffering from multiple taxes, is that the road you should have promised them? Is that the free school education you should have promised them? Is that the necessity you should have maybe promised them? Must it be punished, stopping punishment? Is that the only reason I should vote you? Am I suffering?
That could be one of the basic, one of
And
the
then if that's one of the basic, they should come out and say it now. If I'm suffering, if they are punishing me, I should say, oh, I'm tired though, they are punishing me, oh. Then you know that it's part of what you need to stop. Not you telling me that you will stop what I'm not feeling.
So come to FC polls on Saturday. What do you put yourself in the perspective of the electorate of FC in that election? What do you think will be the yardstick for them to cast their vote and elect, either bring back the ruling party there, or to effect a new change?
The thing is that for me, I believe the FCT minister has done a lot in FCT.
Okay.
A lot of roads, a lot, even down to so many villages, so many this thing that even yourself you won't thought of. So I believe if the chairman there, I think so, if he's able to show himself, then what's there? Because one thing I believe in is that gone are those days that you make fake promises. You promise me you turn the whole earth upside down, you move people from here to there, and later when they will give you the position, the masses need to understand what is called leadership and governance. If any of those LGA, if any of those words, because if any of those words have seen the good thing done by the recent politician there, maybe anything done by the FCT minister there, then what is there? Maybe I believe FCT doesn't have, they should know who to vote for, because I believe since the FCT minister has been there, we are aware of so many commissioning of projects. We are aware of so many this thing that he has been doing. So I believe for me, I think it's walkover, because that's what it's all about. If the opposition knows that the election is coming, then they should have been planning this from the starting. They should have known that, okay, fine, what we are doing, we are trying to take over power from somebody that already have power. So if the person is doing 2, you need to do 8. Not by sitting at home, then closer to the election, maybe you don't have money again, you will go and do a courtesy visit to a king and trying to look how you will do political malpractice.
All right, comrade, we will follow the development regarding that FCT poll come Saturday. Thank you for your opinion on that story. Because of time, we'll move to the last story for today, I beg your pardon. Opposition parties and civil society organizations have condemned President Bola Tinubu's assent to the Electoral Act 2026 amendment, describing the move as a setback to Nigeria's democratic progress and the legalization of electoral manipulation ahead of the 2027 general elections. The People's Democratic Party on Wednesday alleged that the ruling All Progressives Congress's fear of losing the upcoming elections drove what is called the rushed approval of the contentious legislation, which the party described as a threat to the country's democratic process. President Tinubu signed the Electoral Act 2026 amendment into law around 5 p.m. on Wednesday at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, with senior National Assembly officials in attendance. It came barely 24 hours after the bill was passed by both chambers of the National Assembly. During the ceremony, Tinubu raised concerns about Nigeria's current broadband infrastructure and the technical capacity to handle real-time electronic transmission of election results, even as he signed the Electoral Act 2026 amendment into law. Because of time, I will stop here. Let me get your thoughts. Since yesterday that the president signed the bill into law, we've had widespread agitations regarding the bill, and most Nigerians are expressing dissatisfaction with the bill, irrespective of the fact that this is what they demanded, and it looked like this was what we were given, but on a modified template.
The thing is that if you check, people are confused. Imagine you demanding for something, then it is given to you. Then at that same point, you are still complaining for another thing again. Maybe at first they thought that maybe the opposition were scared of it.
Okay.
But earlier I told you that even if they want to do e-transmission or anything, people that will vote are not cows. They are human beings. which are in the unit. And this ruling party, what they are doing is that they are consolidating the unit very well. So I think that what the opposition should do, rather than echoing, rather than making unnecessary pressure, is that to sit and calculate how to take over power comes 2027. Okay. How they can be able to mobilize to the grassroots, not staying up and be making noise. Because if you check that, it's like I told you that if it's for me, I would just allow president to sign it to law. Then I will still do it, and that's what happened. Because when people start giving excuses for failing, it shows that you are not serious. You said they need to sign into law. Okay, they have signed into law. Why not allow it that? Okay, let's see how it goes. 2027. Then we amend. We check the lapses. We check some stuff how to add. We add. That's how a good citizen of Nigeria should behave. You don't buy you just want to criticize because you want to criticize, or you just want to say something because you want to say something.
So, irrespective of the fact that the demand was for e-transmission solely, but it was switched to e-transmission and manual transmission.
E-transmission slowly. I know where I come from. We don't have network. I know some places that they doesn't have network. There is somebody I discussed. I tell you, even till now, even banks is having network issue. So okay, why will you agree that e-transmission solely? Do you have any interest of rigging or hacking the system? You ask for something, they say okay. You ask for rice, okay. They say okay, let's do rice and beans. You are complaining that you need only this one. What happened to this other one? Everything has backup plan.
Comrade, when it comes to electronic usage in banking systems, we've been making use of e-money, electronic money. Yes, there's ATMs and POS, and then even networks. Why then, when it comes to electronic transmission, we're now hampering on infrastructural deficits and also network failures?
Have you been debited twice in a bank?
I have.
How long did it take you to resolve that issue?
It didn't take me up to more than 30 minutes.
Be serious. It takes you more. You have to go to
the bank. You have to
fill. Okay, you have to go to the bank. You have to stand in queue. You have to fill it. So imagine if you vote and you vote twice because of network. Imagine if you vote and it didn't go through because of network. Imagine if they send something and it didn't go because of network. Imagine now, okay, in my village that they doesn't even have network. The way we usually do is that we go to a place closer to a tree.
Okay.
Imagine it's not that primitive. Then talk of those that stays in a far north, the core north, or those that stay in the east. That even having network is the problem. Okay. So I see no reason. You ask for e-transmission, they say okay fine, let's do e-transmission. But I know since it's our first trial, there must be little error. There must be little network issue. Let's have this one as a backup plan.
Let me ask you, comrade. Let's say we are on the election day and we are casting our vote via electronic, and then we find out that there are hiccups. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then the electoral officer says, you know what, time is going, let's resort to the manual. And because of that 15-20 minutes hitch in network transmission, we switch fully to manual all through the election. What do we use there?
You know, one thing I noticed during last week, because I was able to witness beavers during INEC, because of that by-election, we were able to sit and they were teaching us about beavers. Do you know that some people that are even talking about this e-transmission have not seen beavers machine? They have not some. Okay. They have not even observed or operate beavers machine. It is very easy, and it is very technical and very, very easy. That if it is being maintained or add another more, this thing can go a long way with time and practice. Okay. Because it does accreditation.
The beavers.
With a fingerprint before you vote, and the exactly number on the beavers, accredited voters on the beavers, must be the same with the number of people that vote, and immediately the beavers snap the result So I would say, for me, I would say they should stop giving excuse, and they should understand that politics is grassroots. They should just go home and do their homework.
All right, thank you, comrade, for your opinions on the story. Thank you for being a guest on the show today.
You're welcome.
And this will wrap it up on this episode of Atn Politics. Don't forget, we're open for sponsorship of this program, jingles and advertisements, news and events coverage, personality, society, and political interviews, products, service promotion, and commercials. Watch us live on www.atlanticnetwork.tv, on Facebook and YouTube Atlantic Television Network, on Apple TV Channel 205, on Limes TV platform, iFastech platform, Apple TV, Niger TV, Eurocode TV. Connect with us on Atn socials, subscribe, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok Atlantic TV Network 1, and on X at Atlantic TV Net. And don't forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Favor Chikwesi Michael.